Hi, welcome to Sexy Stylist Talk. The show today will be different than usual due to what's going on in our country right now. I am Luisa Diaz, author and founder of Luisa Diaz Foundation, which is a celebration of kindness. Now, let me introduce to you my co-host.
Hi, I'm Samantha Basuto Drucker. I'm your lifestyle genie and host of Love and Design Project.
Hi, I'm Delana Dixon. I'm editor-in-chief of divagalsdaily.com.
I'm Joe Banda.
Hi, Joseph. How are you? We have a special guest today. Joseph, how are you, darling?
Yes, thank you so much. And I certainly appreciate being here with you.
Wonderful. I can hardly hear you, so you can get a little bit, yes, forward to the camera. So Joseph, what do you do? Let's explain that the audience who is our special guest today.
Yeah, so I'm in consulting and business development, working with various companies.
Well, we are so happy to have you today as our co-host. By the way, this is the first male in our show.
Yes, congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, ladies, we are all in this panel, we are categorized as minorities, which, by the way, I dislike the word minority. I totally dislike. We are all human. And it made me so sad what is going on right now, and that we are still fighting for equality in America in the 21st century. How does this make you feel, Delana?
Well, I've thought about this a lot today. First of all, I want to say I am so proud and grateful for anybody who went out, who protested peacefully and actually put themselves at risk to stand up for this very important cause. But I'm so incensed over the reason we have to do it in 2020. Listen, I have two nephews. They just left. They are super adorable. And it makes me sad and angry and disgusted that anyone would ever think of putting their hands on these two little boys. And that my mother and my sister has to figure out when are they going to give these boys the talk to let them know that they're little black boys in America and people are going to judge them because of the color of their skin. So because of that, I'm enraged.
I understand. How that make you feel, Joe?
It's disheartening. However, I expect it as the status quo, or that I don't accept it. This is what we're talking about is very specific. It's about one thing. It's about race, right? And the American standard is that we're going to.
Can you speak a little louder, darling? Yes.
Yeah. So about the American standard is that we're going to alienate, criminalize, dehumanize, and terrorize Black people. And again, I accept it as the status quo, but I'm not accepting of that standard.
Samantha?
So equal rights has been a fight that's been going on for centuries, and it makes me enraged that it's still even a topic, because equal rights should be a birthright. It's for everybody. So I've been feeling enraged that equal rights, sexual rights, rights as humanity, that it's still even a topic, because it should just be. Having said that, I am proud to see our nation's youth organizing to peaceful protests, and that they want to make a change, and that the people want to make a change, and they're actively standing up together is incredible to watch. It's just, it's the vandalism and the violence that makes me sad.
Exactly. And talking about the violence and the looting. So, I feel like it is not necessary to do that. I do agree with the protest peacefully, like Martin Luther King did it, like many amazing people who have made a difference in the history, they have done it. So how that made you feel? What is going on with all these people who's taking advantage of the situation, Elena?
Well, you know, vandalism it's opportunistic, right? We've had people in their houses for 3 months. Now that they see they can go out, there's total chaos in the streets. Some people are just going to be bad people. There's a young man of color down here in the South who is using his social media platform, telling people, encouraging people to go out, to loot, to vandalize. And I'm thinking, you're a leader in your community. You could be working in such a more positive position, much like, and I have his name here, Jalen Thompson of O'Fallon, Missouri. He's 17 years old.
Wow.
He planned a protest in his town. He got 2,000 people to come out, and he was actually walking arm in arms down the streets with his local sheriff. Now that's the kind of leadership that I want to see from the youth. Not people who are like, you know what, I'm going to break into this store and take things. I don't know how they can live with the guilt. I certainly wouldn't be able to.
I know. It totally breaks my heart for so many reasons, for what they're doing, and also, and I always think about the hard work. So many decades of people working to be where we are right now. What is your opinion, Joe?
Yeah, I think it's pretty crazy that people are certainly vandalizing and destroying stuff, especially since, like, you know, a lot of people are doing that in their own neighborhoods, right? So it's, you know, you're hurting not only yourself but also your neighbors. And where's that money going to come from to rebuild? It's going to come from somebody's pocket, taxpayers' pockets as well, and it's going to impact healthcare, education, and everything else, infrastructure, and so forth. So it's actually a very myopic type of approach.
What do you think is the real essence that people are demanding, Dilena? What is it? I know, of course, that justice for George Floyd, yes.
You know,
that we shouldn't be asking for, because it should be, they do something wrong, right? They kill someone, they murder someone, an innocent person. They should take accountability. They should, but they are not. So why is that, in your opinion?
Well, I want to flip the script a little bit here, and I want to say sometimes the only way to get people's attention is through radical action. Now, let's go back to the civil rights movement of the 1950s and the 60s, when many Americans with Martin Luther King protested peacefully, and they were met by violence, being shot with water hoses, being chased by dogs. 3 civil rights activists, one who was of a Caucasian nature, who were murdered because they were fighting for rights. People get angry, and they get to a point where they're like, we're not going to be beaten down anymore. We're going to stand up. And that's why the Black Panther Party of Self-Defense was started in 1966 in Oakland, California. What the 2 young men who started this group wanted to do was to protect people in their community who were experiencing violence from the police. And they said, look, we're going to pick up arms, which is protected by the Second Amendment, and we're going to protect our streets by holding guns to make sure that if you bring violence into our neighborhood, we're going to be prepared and ready to deal with it. So that explains why people get so angry. It does not excuse vandalism. It does not excuse looting. It does not excuse rioting. But if you put me in a position, if I'm ever in a position where I have to take care of my nephews, I can promise you this: I'm going to take out as many people as I can, protecting them.
That's right, and I totally agree with that. So let's go to a point right now. We all can do something. We all can contribute. What can we do? What is that little, drop in the bucket that we all can do? Samantha?
So I think that one thing that you can do is mitzvot, which means good deeds in Hebrew, acts of kindness and good deeds, especially in the form of tikkun olam. Tikkun olam is Hebrew for to heal the world. So whether that is peaceful protest or planting a tree do something to help heal this.
So what do you think?
Yeah, I think people should be calling out racism and prejudice and everything under the sun that they see.
Can you get a little bit closer? Yeah.
Yeah, I think people should be calling out racism, prejudice, and everything under the sun that certainly impedes progress. And people should be having those difficult conversations about trying to understand each other and pushing forth. Because I think the reality is that America, in a sense, is stuck in the past for many reasons, and a lot of people just don't get it.
What about you, Dilena?
I spoke to a mother today of a 9-year-old Black boy, and I asked her, what do you think? What should I tell people? And she told me, just treat people with human decency and kindness. Treat people the way you want to be treated. But I also think it's very important, because I've had a lot of my Caucasian friends call me and say, what can I do? I'm so sorry. And I'm not exactly sure what to tell them to do, but I would say this: vote. Vote for people who are fighting against racism and are for equality.
Yes.
Vote for people who look like the people in the community that they're policing or taking care of. Vote. That's what I think will make changes.
That's right. That's right. And also to be kind with each other. It's extremely important to respect everybody and not to judge people because of the color of the skin.
And support good causes.
Yes, I totally agree with that, Samantha. So, Joe, I know that you come up with an app that might help the community. Can you explain more about that app and what does it do?
Yeah, so born out of this this pain, right, that we're facing now, me and some co-founders came together and we started developing an app to solve the epidemic of racial profiling, violence against Black people, and harassment. So the Black app is simply a social impact app that brings together technology, if you will, and engagement in terms of socializing the experience when people are in distress or threatened, be able to activate it, plug in their sphere of influence, report, and of course we're gathering data and all of these things so that there's real action.
So are you saying that people is going to be able, if they get stopped by the cop, so immediately they can activate the app so their friends can see where they are, and also they can be filmed? Is any circumstance that they are being mistreated, they can have a proof?
Not only have proof, right? But because you're activating it, GPS is there as well. If you have a trusted party, for example, an attorney or a community advocacy organization, they'll be notified immediately of that. So we're actually working on launching the app, and right now we're crowdfunding for it because it's very community focused, and we're talking to strategic partners who are very interested in these topics. And of course, the technology is out there, so we're just leveraging what's accessible, but putting it and adapting it to this specific use case, which is preventing the epidemic of racial profiling, violence against Black people, and harassment.
Interesting. And where people can really find out more about that app?
Yeah, so they can certainly find us on ifundwomen.com, because several of the co-founders are actually Black women. We've partnered with them to crowdfund. So you can just go on the website and then search for Black App. It's spelled BLAQ APP, 2 words, on ifundwomen.com. And we're crowdfunding right now. And what we're asking for, by the way, we're asking everybody to donate, $2 or whatever they can give as part of this.
To help to launch this app.
Exactly.
Well, anybody who's watching us right now and would like to be part of this amazing app that's going to help not only, it's going to help all the community, anybody who is in a situation who might need at this a specific time. So please go to the website that Joseph.
Everyone have already donated.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
thank you so much.
yes, we already got donated for. We love Maureen, and I know Maureen is one of your partners. And so thank you so much. Thank you. So ladies, oh my gosh, and gentlemen, it's already 15 minutes, but I wanted to thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for watching. I know this was a very difficult, it's a difficult time right now, but let's keep positive. Remember, I wanted to leave all of you with, I really was a phrase from Martin Luther King, and we all know, I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. So please be kind to each other, be kind to yourself. And before I say goodbye, I really wanted to say happy birthday to Dina, Dina Barossi. Dina Barossi is her 21st birthday, and sorry that a lot of things we are going through two pandemic. We're going to what's going on right now, plus COVID-19, which by the way, I feel like everybody have forgotten about it. But this is another topic. Happy birthday, darling. Happy 21st birthday from me and Alan and Sexy Stylist. We love you. Stay home. Be safe. Please be safe. Besitos.
Thank you so much.